like ice, tracing all my scars. Why is it hurt on the inside? It's unforgivable, but I forgive you every time. Hard to let it go, 'cause we're intertwined. I break you break me, but something about it makes us whole. Baby, every piece keeps us together in the cold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of gold. Frozen in my dream, I can't escape the thoughts of you. If I try to leave, when I'm with you I can't move. It's unforgivable, but I forgive you every time. Hard to let it go, 'cause we're intertwined. I break you break me, but something about it makes us whole. Baby, every piece keeps us together in the cold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of gold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of gold.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Titans of Tier 3. I am Heltic, joined by XPJ, and today we have a banger of a matchup coming up for you guys. We have our number 1 seed, RyZe Esports, and Cataclysm Gaming, our number 2 seed. Gonna be squaring off in a week 2 matchup pretty early on in this tournament, so it's gonna be a banger.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing this high quality gameplay. Already we have it starting at week 2. I mean, we've had some good matches so far, but this is certainly one that people are going to be looking forward to, and I can't wait to just jump right into this BO3 of League play, and I'm just excited to see what insanity occurs.
Yeah, and the teams haven't even they're just taking a look at the map vetoes that we've had come through as well while we were having a look through some stats before this game, or before, as we're getting ready for this broadcast. Not a surprise to see what map picks came in. I'm kind of surprised that Kata left both Bind and Lotus up, as RyZe have shown that they're very good on those maps. I think they have I think it's a 100% win rate on Lotus or something like that, and a very high win rate on Bind as well. So I'm kind of surprised they left those open, but in response to that, they're also getting their 100% win rate map pick Split, which is also super, as has been in the map pool for a good long time. Super practice map, and I've seen Cataclysm play it before in previous tournaments. I know the roster has changed a bit since, but we're just going to see what the roster, what the agent select comes out to be.
And yeah, I mean, yeah, Split 100%. You kind of have this Bind at 75%, looking really, really strong for RyZe. And for that Lotus, although we do see that, that kind of 60-40 split between these two teams, having, 60% for RyZe, 40% for Cataclysm, it is a newer kind of map. The map has been updated, so we are going to get these little bit of changes that we may not have seen previously. We might see these teams playing different comps, different styles, and there's no orb on B site now, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
on Lotus, yeah, it's been removed. Yep.
So it's going to be interesting to see how maybe the attackers try to play this differently, or, the whole style of the game is affected, really.
Yep. And just taking a look at these picks coming out for this first map, which is going to be Split, we can see Cataclysm going to kind of back within their wheelhouse. This is stuff we've seen them play in their previous match last week as well, when they I can't remember because I didn't write it down who they faced, because I was just scrambling to get some notes done. But very similar pickups. The big matchup we're going to be kind of watching in this one is RyZe and Zaj. Both of those in their previous matchup in week 1 stood out to me when I was looking through stats. Like, they were consistent throughout all the maps that were played. They had high ratios, and a couple of stats. Both had high headshot percentages. Both had high first bloods. So looking at them two going into this one, they're probably going to be the ones to watch, especially or at least going into the first map, and then we can kind of take a look as we go along. Runners up for my little, head-to-head 1v1 were Grimmer and I believe it was Hendog as well.
Yeah, I mean, looking forward to these comps on Split. I mean, we kind of saw them there of what that preview is going to be, but it's just something that, is not always the same on Split. You get something that's a little bit different. And for example, this Deadlock pick, we're starting to see it come into meta with these new changes coming up.
Yeah, and the Deadlock buffs are not to be understated. That wall is now huge, and of course the changes to all of our other kit as well is just disgusting. They needed to make her viable, and they definitely have done that. So expect a lot more Deadlock over the next coming weeks. But we're just going to see how RyZe are able to implement it here on Split.
All right, now Cataclysm trying to work their way up towards mid here. We're going to see 3 players both, while being pieced away over on A side. So that is some presence there. But this 3v3, it's just about who makes the first mistake. And Zaj getting a little bit tagged up there, but able to get away relatively unscathed. And we're about to see this first move come in, but the smoke will hopefully stop it. Let's see if there's a pop flash. Yes, there is. And the attempted fight goes out. Grim gets one. Dog going down first. Now come back to kind of a standstill. Ooh, Exile with a nice pick, and Exile gets a second one. The great response is what you exactly are looking for if you're RyZe, and bringing that numbers down to a 4v3, but I speak too soon. Knights goes down over on the A site, and now A site is completely clear for Cataclysm. With a nice pick on Zash as well, yeah.
Yeah, very nice pick. Trying to slow it, trying to get that spike down as they start to rotate into the site.
30 seconds left.
Great utility usage just to try to keep them off for as much time as they can. On this 2v3. Have to try find whatever they can. Camera's going to get taken down early, though.
And here you can see Payne just about to swing with this teammate, and there it is. There's the combo, but the flash going out. Stalls one, doesn't flash Payne, though. Payne able to get one. Exile also going down. Payne getting a second. Can the third one be landed? There's a headshot looking for this last finishing bullet. Is it there? The ring around the RyZe is happening. No bullets now. Going for the knife kill. Not going to land it. Bang. Takes that one out, and 3 kills on the round for Bang. 1-0 Cataclysm.
Trying to get a kill with that brand new knife. Trying to show off a little bit. It would have been a nice knife kill, to be fair. But yeah, great. Honestly, very standard pistol round coming up from both teams. Just playing it safe, using their utility. Great start from Grim, just finding that first pick in mid, using the satchel macro to just get out of dodge. But doesn't matter because Exile gonna be able to find those 2 picks and equalize it very quickly. In the end, Cataclysm gonna be winning out that one. But early aggression towards mid now. 4 players here. 4 RyZe. Bang gonna catch the first.
And that's going to provide a lot of space for this Cataclysm gaming, but instantly cut off with a really nice smoke by RyZe. So all of that mid space that they tried to fight for, although they did get a pick, it is gone. So, you know, not everything is lost on the face of RyZe, but here comes the shots. Nice, able to get one, and that's going to be a big pick. Almost gets caught out, and where the second one be there? There's a satchel, and looking for the response, maybe a little bit of a trade, but able to get away for the moment, and Knight's now going down. This bomb should be able to get planted relatively quickly, but I am expecting a fast retake because of the disadvantage. Zaj able to spot out Bang in hell. Will this dog spot Zaj? Yes, it will. 3v4. Let's see what RyZe can do. RyZe now taking their time. There's the double swing and gets Bang. Bang going down. Put that flash in response to try and stall them just a little bit. The Sheriffs, though, very dangerous in this matchup, and shots going out, and it looks like Cataclysm's able to get there too, and able to clean up that rest of that round with relatively easily, and they're going to put that second one on the board.
Yeah, nice double swing there from Exile and Payne, just trying to be able to isolate onto that angle as they try to get onto the site, but there's just too many CG players left alive, and all stacking towards that backside of the site, that back corner. Just going to be able to cut them off as they try to swing, and going to be able to get their second round on the board now as we see full bite coming out from the side of RyZe. Light armor on 3 members, but of course you don't really need it unless you're going to be running into the outlaw. But luckily no members on CG. Yeah, which luckily no members on CG have opted to purchase. They're gonna
have a W deadlock wall though.
Yeah, that
deadlock wall.
Yeah, so good. The deadlock with that new deadlock wall, being able to block off so much more of those angles, and swinging into 3 just isn't what you want to do. 2 kills, I'll go on to Exile. 1 gets back from Grim, but Spike down in a very awkward position now for them. Only Spectres in hand, 3 players watching on towards those angles. Very little they can really get out of this.
I mean, if you're Cataclysm here, you do get at least 1 gun down here, and you look to get maybe a few more, so it's not the end of the world. But yeah, that is
the high-low on top of the box. They're playing this so well, just denying that time. Not only that, but denying the upgraded weaponry as well. You know, the Bulldog at the top of the ramp as well. They go for the swing. They manage to trade 1, like you said. They try to get a little bit of value to get 1 more rifle down. That is a little bit of money having to be expended going into this round. And as you can see, they did buy a little bit in that second round. They bought up a couple, you know, sheriffs and stuff. So their money isn't great. Like, they're still gonna have 0. Yeah, see, they're gonna have 0 money on Payne and Zaj. Still gonna have a little bit to be able to buy everyone though. But a win here for Cataclysm would really, really damage RyZe as the next few rounds go on, and we're gonna see this A hit once again, leading for Cataclysm. Noise made in towards ropes. Raven gonna go for the swing. He managed to find the kill. Head gonna be able to find the one back. 3 players have rotated already, but look at the mid.
Sky's out.
Ooh, the showstopper. Exile gonna get one, but Muffin Man getting that one in response. And now you see all of this A control going in favor of RyZe, but it's gonna get cut off as B is on the side of Cataclysm. Now trying to intercept this push, and CT Bang getting one as well over onto Knights, and this fight on Heaven's going to be a problem. Exile getting one as well, 2v2 scenario. This could do some damage, but there's the trade by 9. 9 gets that one. Now it's a 1v2 for, I believe, Exile, and yeah, it's going to be a tough one to clutch this out, but it's not impossible. Exile with 3 on the round, landing the shots, now looking for one final bullet. He's going to get it, wow. What a clutch by Exile there, honestly.
Think about how different of a round it would have been if Muffin hit those shots in CT.
Clutch.
It's an insane what if, but Exile gonna clutch up, gonna be able to secure that round, bring his team back, gonna keep that money safe for themselves. I seen RyZe buy up an Outlaw and then instantly sell it again. I was like, oh no, we're gonna see. Couple sheriffs, full sheriff side for Cataclysm as they go into this 5th round here, and ultimates are available for them. A couple ultimates are starting to come up again for the side of RyZe as well. A couple were expended during that first full buy round by them. Exile already halfway towards his once again. Already some early aggression towards mid.
Yeah, I'm afraid of the showstopper here. That's what I'm afraid of.
There.
The fact that Cataclysm has this and that can be used right here in a situation maybe like this. Decides not to use it just quite yet, and running into the double deadlock trips, and the Rosa ult coming. Exile gets 2 here. Exile looking for a 3rd, spots the 3rd. Can the shots land? Zaj going to actually steal that one. But all is well that ends well as RyZe now having a ridiculous amount of players remaining in numbers, and 9 only able to find one more. RyZe converting an extra round and getting this one 3-2 in their favor now.
Yeah, swinging momentum in their favor. Exile just popping off so far in this game. Only 5 rounds in, 11 kills. Shows no signs of stopping either. As you said, that ultimate going off of Grim as well. Not what you want to see. Not getting any, even economy damage dealt with that ult, and 3 ultimates still available for them, so they do have some stuff to play with now as they go back into their next fly round. But early Knight's gonna shut down Grim right away. Oh, and that's heartbreaking for them. Wall put up as well, but here comes the deadlock ult, just barely able to get out of it. That's gonna put that one back on a cooldown, but it doesn't even matter. Bang, gonna get cut out by Knights after the ult goes down. Now into a 3 versus 4.
Yeah, 5 players on the side of RyZe, and they are not stopping with this kind of pressure. So it's up to Cataclysm really to catch RyZe on the mistake, and less about trying to organize a fight, because at the end of the day, you're just going to be going down, and Knights is going to show you why. A trade is there, but a little too late. Now it's just 9 again, trying to make a miracle happen here. It has to be the ace clutch, and is able to get Exile, which has seemed to be the tough cookie in this matchup so far. But the fake plant, trying to look for maybe another player. Here comes the next tap, but I think they're aware. Is going to be able to get the pick? Not quite yet, but now time has to be sped up, and 9 not going to be able to convert the rest. 4-2 in favor of RyZe.
Yeah, Knights doing such a good job early on in that round, securing the first 2 picks, and then they just walk back into him, and he's just ready for it. It's not what you want to happen if you are Cataclysm, and if you're going into honestly, I'd say going into this timeout, they're just gonna, I'd say more than likely, it's gonna be words of encouragement and words of, slow down, don't let them, get these early picks, play the default, try to play some of the timer a bit more. They are playing the timer, but they're always playing it at a man disadvantage. So it'd be nice to see them try to spread out a little bit, just play with their partner, try to see if they can find an early pick and then lean towards that site. But I think they're rushing things a little bit and they're getting caught off.
I mean, yeah, you said it. It's one of 2 things here. It's either, Cataclysm might be slowing down, or RyZe speeding up. I mean, we've had some big rounds from Exile and Knights. They've been popping off. They've been getting their respective picks, and now I think it's just up to maybe Cataclysm to find some unity there. I mean, you saw the team coordination on pistol round, and on that second round, they were able to get those kills and secure those rounds. So now it's just about, can we mentally reset if we're Cataclysm, and can we put a few more rounds on this board?
And I'm sure they can. They're not the number 2 seed for no reason. This deadlock so far showing why that these buffs really have altered how effective she is, and we're gonna have to see whether Knights can do it again. It's gonna be an early peek out towards this B once again. Deadlock is gonna get noticed.
We got an outlaw.
Ooh, outlaw and RyZe as well. Trying to spot out Exile. But switching quickly over to A, 9 gonna find a kill on Zaj. This is huge, especially on an eco. 2 early picks coming out from the side of Cataclysm. They're exploding through vents. Pain. Gonna catch 2 quick kills in response. What they thought was a completely free site, not going their way. Exile just barely walking away. But Pain, the MVP for them this round, as Muffin trying to get whatever he can for his team, trying to get that spike down, get that money injection. But it doesn't matter. Excel's gonna swing. He's actually gonna get taken down. Another kill goes towards CG. In a round that you thought was done from the get-go. Spike is being held though. Pain trying to spot out Muffin, but it doesn't matter. The round's already over. It was looking so good for CG until it wasn't. And their fate was all in the hands of Pain.
I mean, Pain saw that push and absolutely obliterated it. I mean, you have 3 people peeking from different angles. Pain, perfectly aware of where each player is coming from. Aware of the one from main, aware of the ones from heaven, and hitting beautiful shots on both of those players. And now if you're RyZe, you have 5 ultimates going to this round. Yes, it got a little bit scary losing those first 2 players, like you said, with that default kind of coming in, but RyZe really, really showing why they are superior in the gunfights so far.
Section of that deadlock players. Alright, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I mean, these players are. You see a traditional thing that usually you see maybe a Sage Wall mid in maybe a previous episode matchup, but now you have this deadlock and it's actually being used as a site. So now you have mid being placed pretty differently, and Exile is able to get one, and the deadlock ult also being invested, broken out, but not able to get traded there. So that ult similar to a waste, but Exile getting another one with the utility, the showstopper being invested now, and that's where these ults are coming in handy. Exile looking for more. Exile wants more, and is he going to be able to find the third? Is he going to be able to find this Omen? I would be
Look
scared.
where Bang is. Bang is snuck in underneath heaven, and I don't know if they know he's there.
Oh, there's the spot though.
So they know that he's here.
Ooh.
It doesn't matter. He's gonna get noticed now. The timing is not on Bang's side. A little bit of a caster curse. As Grim, now the last remaining member of CG, 1 versus 5, gonna get ran at. They have all 5 members ready and waiting around this corner. It doesn't even matter. Hen's just gonna swing it. So far, this game is just coming up for RyZe, and they're just doing so well at taking all of these aggressive, like when they go for these aggressive pushes, they make it so difficult for CG to hold these angles. With that deadlock wall blocking off B and the sound sensor, they're basically just like putting it, like instilling in the minds of CG that there's no point in trying to come B, don't bother. Then when they try to push mid, there's either 3 players A, or there's 2 or 3 players mid, and like as you can see here, they've completely just abandoned that B site. It's only the deadlock over there. They have 3 players towards this A site, and it's gonna be basically impossible for them to get through. Zaj gonna fall. Grim's gonna find one as well into Hendog. Just as I say that, once again, the caster curse, the indestructible force, or indestructible defense, slowly falling from the side of RyZe, as they start to try to regain some of this space here, but CG playing it very safe, not wanting to overextend. Now, Omen ult gonna be used.
I do like that Omen ult there. It does clear, B main. It provides some added pressure. It draws probably some rotates. As you can see, everyone's getting a little bit skittish now, and There's that smoke B main, which could have been used on A, which is going to be really, really helpful for... Chances are when Cataclysm pops onto A site is what it looks like at the moment, but I mean, this jump spot could be dangerous if somebody gets caught out in the open, and that smoke on Heaven should be a Q, and yep, there it is. There's 2 players there, and Exile not going down without a fight, able to pick up 1. Exile looking for the more shots to land, and there's the second one. There's the third one. Can I get a 4? It's going to be from Knights, actually. But, you know, 7-2, RyZe looking absolutely dominant. I mean, this is what you want to see if you are in support of RyZe. They are not the #1 seed for no reason.
Yeah, Exile looking insane, and we got a good look there against Grim at those new sound sensors from the deadlock as well. They trigger so fast. I don't even think Grim realized what he got stunned by until it was too late, and Exile gonna be able to catch him off then. But yeah, it's just looking, excuse the pun, a bit grim for CG. Knight's actually gonna get tagged up quite heavily by that RyZe nade and the Snaker, the Viper spit.
Got a little bit of a what's like a skeet shooting with the boombot there. Oh, Zaj able to get 2. I thought maybe only 1, but a second one as well. Are they aware of how far up they are now? Grim trying to jiggle a little bit. Zaj maybe having a little bit too much of an overheat moment there, donating a Vandal to the hands of Cataclysm, and now it's a 3v3. What seemed a completely dominant round for RyZe now will be a little bit more equal in favor of Cataclysm, but there's that response, and the trade spike retrieved by Cataclysm, but the aggression out by RyZe just saying, no, we want you to come back right now. And the Viper's hit going to be invested, trying to find some sort of trade, but going right down in the last spotted. 9 able to get 2, but Hendog able to grab that last trade, putting another round on the board for RyZe. That's 8 straight.
CG had a great idea there. 9 tucked himself in to honestly a great position. He got super deep, managed to find a pick. And after they managed to recover that rifle over towards that B site, they decided to walk through mid. 3 players were stacked there. They're gonna lose that player. I think if they just would have opted to go B, had 9 regroup with them, it would have worked out better. But mistakes have been made. 9 try to secure the round anyway, but it won't fall for them. Now as we see the early RyZe, but the sound sensor once again gonna deny it. Nade gonna land. And again, as much time as he can, manages to find the first and the refrag coming out from RyZe. This round looking very good for CG so far.
I mean, CG, they've been able to get into this position before, but it's always about converting it when they do get on site, and typically that has been the struggle. And here we see the fast retake. Hendog able to get 1 using the bird. Now the dog going to be spotting out all the rest of the players for utility. At least spots the Viper. The Cypher alert coming in now is going to be available. Heaven Zaj aware for it. And that one maybe catching 9 a little bit off guard. And you'll see this wall coming down. Zaj going down. Bang is able to pick that one up. And both these players in the smoke. It's going to be tough for them to notice. Here comes the double tap. But no, it's a tap. Pain able to get 1. Here's the retap. And now knows he's not on. But lands the shot. Bang able to get that one. And Cataclysm with a much needed round to bring this one to 8-3.
Last round before the switch.
Yeah, they needed that. They needed something to just bolster themselves, you know. They win on this map. They're not used to a scoreline looking like this. And they just needed a little boost as they go into the second half. Last round now. And I honestly, I think if I'm CG, I'm just trying to possibly try your best to secure this round. They did a great job last round of just finding those initial picks and taking that mid aggression when RyZe aren't positioned there really does help them. But 3 players now stacked up towards Heaven after that deadlock wall placed down, and honestly, if I'm CG, I'd be looking at trying to get rid of that deadlock wall, but there it is, it's gone now.
There.
Pulls that deadlock away from mid, has to watch towards B main, but the Viper wall obscuring the vision makes it a little bit harder for her. She has to sit deeper than she would like to. Flash onto Exile, and is going to get spotted out. Great play from, or great spam from Muffin and Grim. But a response once again over towards B
I know
main.
exactly
And
where
9
you
gonna get another kill over towards A, but again gonna be countered. It's a complete chess game coming out from these two games, and another pick over towards mid. Very scrappy in the last minute of
One
this
enemy
half.
remaining.
Going tit for tat. Only Zaj remaining for RyZe. Rotation coming in. Will he get caught by
Spike
RyZe?
planted.
Damage dealt, but not a kill just yet.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, the first stray finds a pick, but it won't be enough at 8-4 as we go to halftime.
I mean, there was a
Switching
vision there.
sides.
I did see it. And, I mean, yeah, like you were saying, this is a chess match where literally every team has a trade there, and we kind of saw there with Cataclysm, the Cypher, I believe 9 was maybe ulting that body, not aware that there was a second one there, and you know maybe that ping comes in just a little bit quicker, he's able to get that pick, and maybe the round becomes a lot easier. But you know, at the end of the day, what was an 8-2 half is now an 8-4 half, and we've got ourselves a much closer game than we did, and something that Cataclysm should, you know, statistically be doing a little bit better on. We're starting to see their former glory of split, if you will, their 100% win rate. Now you can see the aggression mid, like normal, and I believe, yeah, Hendog's going down. 3 players aggress, but that's going to force out a response on B site as RyZe able to take that for their liking, but the triple flank coming in. That's 3 flank, 2 heaven, but look how much space Zaj has. I believe that's Zaj. And
Yeah.
and how clear that how much space there is. Clear the CT, taking contact from heaven is going to be forcing everyone to realize, oh, most of them are flanking, so now we're going to get some really, really scrappy fights, especially with it being a pistol round. And Deadlock Ball coming in clutch here. There comes the shots. Muffin Man's able to get the first one, though, and one's trying to play on site. Crossfires are set
One
up,
enemy remaining.
and it looks like at the end of the day, those crossfires are
Last
going to go
player
in favor of
standing.
Cataclysm, but it's all just down to a 1v1, 9 versus Zaj.
This is no
Time
problem.
ticking down. Zaj has to land the shots, and got him off the bomb. No time left for 9. Zaj able to get 3 on the round, converting the pistol for RyZe. I mean, a very scrappy fight.
Interesting choice for CG. Definitely taking that mid control and giving up B. Definitely something they've possibly practiced in scrims, or they made a conscious decision to go for that. The option to send the 3 players on the flank, and then the 2 players up mid very slowly to try to retake heaven, especially with the man advantage, I think was possibly a mistake from them. I think they probably should have done or tried to delay the plant, or at least try to find some more damage onto them while they were trying to get that plant down. But great replay or retake or defense of the spike, I should say, for RyZe, as Zaj gonna be able to win out that one, and once again just gonna re-hit this B site with the A stack coming in from CG. Only
Looks like RyZe did their homework there. I mean, perfect reads.
yeah, 2 rounds in a row, just seem to know where CG are gonna be. And we're definitely looking at those VODs, making sure they know what they like to do on their defensive rounds. And flashes coming in, Hawk will tech those players coming in from CT. 3 players are gonna have to come out of this funnel, and Exile is gonna be sitting there with the judge, but will be taken down. But it doesn't matter because RyZe just looking dominant so far.
I mean, RyZe, they look like they really have their post plan set up for B. I mean, I know we've only seen their sites for B, the post plans for B, but it is, their crossfires are beautiful. I mean, their smoke rotations are perfect. They have plays, you know, the trips, playing off a judge, playing off a heaven control. I mean, you've got so many things going on, and that's why, I mean, I love Valorant so much because of it, is you have so many different things that are going on, so many different fights, and ends up just being a mind game.
Early
Now
mid
we can
control
see
trying to
here.
come out from CG again. From RyZe again. No one's here. No one's home. Exile steps,
And,
takes one step too far, but once again a response right away from RyZe over towards the post, and bang, gonna find one back onto Hendog. They bit off a bit more than they can chew. The double swing towards mid. Gonna deal a lot of damage now in a 4 versus 2.
Spike planted.
Spike is planted, and flank coming out from Knights. If you can find this kill onto Muffin, would make holding this spike just that little bit easier, but Muffin, playing it smart, gonna regroup with his team.
I mean, you can see the Omen from RyZe just fighting a war there. Pain trying to fend off 4 members, but gonna end up doing so unsuccessfully as Cataclysm is able to convert what was RyZe's bonus round, their buy round, and, you know, convert that round they probably should have.
Yeah, and they didn't lose too many members. I think they lost 2. So they will have a couple of guns to rebuy up, but that's not the end of the world. It was very similar to RyZe's buy up on the previous half. But yeah, so far, it seems like RyZe have done their homework. It seems like they know at least what makes Cataclysm tick. They've really had an answer for pretty much everything. And especially when we get into these post-plant situations on their attack side, and now as we get into the defense side, it's really going to be on Cataclysm to throw a wrench into this one.
I mean, the question is, is Cataclysm going to take notes from RyZe's book and say, hey, they did it first half and took 8 straight, we can too. And we're going to see this site hit. It looks like probably it seemed as if there would be more resistance on the site. Up on Heaven, but that's going to be everyone lining up perfectly for the spam. 3 players end up going down there. And
One
it's
enemy
just
remaining.
left up to 9, and no longer 9 anymore. It's up to Muffin, man. Able to get an extra 1 for the road, but that is not what you want to see if you're Cataclysm, but you do want to see that if RyZe, a nice pace change, maybe touching A for the first time this map, and doing things that are really, really unorthodox and not ready for it if you're Cataclysm.
Well, the thing about that last round that was interesting to me was RyZe, I think, threw a hawk down A main, but he threw it deep enough so that he would think that when it went off and he didn't get anyone flashed, he was like, oh, okay, they're not here. And then he went into vents and they just walked up A main, and he had full control. There was no one watching the angle until the RyZe jump spotted it, but then it was already too late. By the time they rotated up to Heaven, the site had already been taken. And I think these are the little things that RyZe probably have looked into and figured out that, you know, players throw this utility when defending and stuff.
Spike down.
Zaj
A.
gonna find 1 onto RyZe. Gonna find a 2nd onto Grimmer as well. Site once again is theirs.
Zaj gonna be getting healed up here, and Zaj, I think, wants more. I'm feeling a little bit I feel a little bit in the kitchen, I think. Zaj wants to cook. So let this man cook. Let's see if he can get a few more with this crossfire here. But they do know he is going to be aggressive. Is he aware of the swing? No, he's not. The trade not
enemy
exactly
remaining.
there from Bang, but Pain's going to get his trades, and now it's a 3v1. There's the bird, and there is the shot. Hen able to get that one with a little bit of a fake flash that came back in the end, but 12-5 match point for RyZe. I mean, it's do or die now for Cataclysm on this map.
Yeah, timeout going to be called. 2nd of this match for Cataclysm. Just really haven't been able to find a footing in this game so far. They've strung a couple rounds here and there, but really haven't been able to figure out what RyZe are doing. And to honestly, to me, at least from the outside, it looks like RyZe are just countering how Cataclysm play this map. You know, they have this 100% win rate on it. I think it's 4-0. So they probably looked through that match history, try to see where they play, what utility they throw, you know, where they sit. And even when we've seen Cataclysm throw, you know, these 4-man stacks, either it's luck or they just have a third eye because they just avoid it every time. And they've done a great job of taking these sites so explosively. And then, of course, the only round they lost was their bonus. So it's going to be a tough road back for Cataclysm.
Yeah, I feel like RyZe, their pace is too fast for Cataclysm. Cataclysm isn't really able to keep up. I mean, you have these plays, these executes that are just so coordinated, and Cataclysm maybe not the setup they want that's perfectly countering RyZe, and they're getting capitalized for it. I mean, RyZe, now with 3 ultimates on the line, they have this RyZe showstopper, they have these Jet Knives, the Black Ult, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's a fast hit. But the slow shift walk up through B main. And again, we see this 3-person walk down mid. The question is, where's the hit? And there it is, the site it is. And now it's about finding the Cypher. Can the Cypher be spotted? And it looks like he's going down with that RyZe ultimate, that showstopper. And now you have, full site control for RyZe, which is something that we've seen almost every single round on this map. This is the struggle, and there comes the Deadlock ultimate, able to get one Knight, able to get 3, and now looking for the 4th one. This last player known to be on Heaven right about now, and so now it's about lining up. Maybe a little overheat there, and now it's a 2v1 though. Should be in the bag for RyZe if they play this smart, but Exile's going to decide to peek it instead, converting that kill and the map. RyZe winning the first one, 13-5.
Yeah, it was a tough game for Cataclysm. It seemed like RyZe just had them at every turn, and of course that is their map pick. So as we go into the second map here, we're really gonna have to see Cataclysm not only step it up, but they're gonna need to, figure out what makes RyZe tick. Because RyZe just seem to know them way too well. I don't know what you do if you're Cataclysm in that case. Like, there's not much of that game that can really be changed for them. It just seemed like they were playing into RyZe in that entire game. It seemed like RyZe had their number, and there's not much they could really have done about it. It was RyZe's game. It was their game. It was RyZe's game to lose for sure. As we see some of these stats here now, the 21 kills on Exile, and he had most of those before round 5. So, like we're just and Knight as well stepping up, got a couple. I think he got two, or might have got a 4K, or he got a 4K, and I think, or maybe 2 4Ks. I can't remember. And Pain also, and then Pain as well, having a performance, stopping the one round that I thought was going to go Cataclysm's way over on that attacking side. Pain shutting that down very quickly. So yeah, if you're Cataclysm, you're gonna need to just kind of wipe that one off. It's a loss, take it and move on, and try to come into this next game fresh.
Yeah, I mean, not all, good things came from the side of RyZe. I mean, we saw with Nine was able to get those lurk timings into the backline. It was just about capitalizing on them that, maybe troubled them up and gave them a little trip there. But I mean, you see the teamwork, is mostly there. It's just about making the right call for Cataclysm, and again, that's the chess part of Valorant that we always see, and that's why we like competitive, organized Valorant, and that's why it's such a great competition here at TOT3, because you get games that maybe don't look like your normal ranked games. So it's a nice pace change.
Yeah. But that's going to be it for our first game this evening. But don't go anywhere. We're just going to throw it to a quick break while we get the second match ready to go. And then we'll be right back. So don't go anywhere.
love you, love you. I do need you. Ooh, I love you, I do need you.
Rising with each beat of the music is bringing. We're flames in the fire that keeps burning. We're inviting the night in. Welcome, my heart so full. I'm devoting myself to the night. There's no motive. We're just listening. We're existing. We stay where the music plays, where the notes drop below, where the people sway.
Welcome back, everybody, to our second game of the evening between RyZe and Cataclysm Gaming. We are going to bind after a bit of not exactly a stomp, but a challenging game for Cataclysm in our first match on Split. Their first loss on Split as well coming out. So we're gonna have to see if they can rebound themselves in this second match. What do you think we're gonna need to see out of them?
I mean, I definitely think we're going to see some pace changes coming from Cataclysm. I just think that is a fixture of what needs to necessarily maybe not be fixed, but definitely to have some sort of impact that's a little bit different than what happened last game. If you can avoid pitting either slow every round, of course, obviously, I'm not saying place one specific way, because then obviously the team knows how they're going to adapt to that. So, it's just about the unpredictability aspect and winning those chess games. That's what it comes down to. Winning those battles that, eventually will win you that war, and then coming out on top in the end and bringing this to a map 3.
But the question I want to know is, do you think we're going to see the deadlock again? Because with the buffs, seems like they were happy to bring it out on Split. Bind isn't a whole lot different in terms of the amount of angles you can cover with those sound sensors and that new barrier wall. So do we see the deadlock come out again?
I don't think we see the deadlock. Why? Because I don't even think we see a sentinel.
Ooh,
That's
okay.
That's my take. That's my take. I don't think we're seeing a sentinel. Maybe not. Well, maybe we'll see one for one or the other team, but I don't think we're going to be seeing a sentinel for one of these teams. I think they're going to be aggressive. They're going to be running double initiator, double control, or something like that, and they're going to be trying to take down these hookah plays and stuff. I don't know. I'm not a player. I'm a caster. I'm just here to have fun and watch them play, and I'll get told what to do.
Yep, and we're gonna see 9 actually move off that sentinel role. Like you said, no sentinels coming across for Cataclysm. Instead, taking up that jet, going double duelist with Grim. And on the opposite side, Knight is hovering the deadlock and the Cypher. But we'll go for the Yaru in the end, which I can't remember if I wrote it down. Did I? Wait. Yeah, I wrote down that Knight played this last week. He subbed in for game 2 on Bind, and I think he dropped I want to say 13 or 14 kills on Yaru on Bind. So this isn't unfamiliar for RyZe anyway. So I'm pretty sure this may be the exact comp they actually ran last week. So I don't think I think they know what they're doing. It's gonna be interesting to see how that no sentinel start on the defense comes out for Cataclysm, opting not to, or going for double control or double duelist, and with the Sky as the solo initiator. So
I mean, I called it. I called it.
Yeah, you did.
There's no
To be
sentinel.
fair.
What else do you want from me? I'm doing my best.
What I want from you, not a Yaru, but we're gonna have to see if this Yaru can get the impact that is needed out of it. I'm curious to see what interesting TPs he has lined up for this, seeing as Bind has changed a little bit over recent times. I haven't really seen too many Yarus on Bind, if I'm being honest. Early showers control coming out from RyZe though. 4 players stacked there with the Viper watching that flank. I do like they actually left a player behind to watch flank. So many teams just forget about it and send someone up short. Now it's the 2 players have to come in through that flank position, but it doesn't matter. It's been a trade back and forth, 2 for 2 so far. Only one left here is Bang. If he can get one more, it'd be huge, but he gets caught out before he can, as these 2 remaining players in Cataclysm start to rotate in.
The question is, are they aware of where they are in short? They are now. They've spotted
down
both,
A.
and now Spike
One
is in
enemy
position
remaining.
to not be planted, and
One
it
enemy
becomes
remaining.
relatively shambles. Now, this player is spotted out, waiting for maybe this wall or something, some utility, some poison to get pushed up here, and they're just going through the wall. The tag there, and 9 able to get that one. So swapping off of the Cypher onto the Jet. 9's able to make his impact and clear up the first round for Cataclysm.
Definitely a change of pace for 9, but we've seen that in the previous game. He was very good at finding those isolated picks when he was lurking on that Cypher. So I don't doubt his aim at all as he switches onto this Jet here. And so far, 2 kills up for him. He is going to pick up the Outlaw to start off this half. So curious to see how much impact that can have, especially on a Jet. You're basically just having a mini op round too is kind of nice.
Right. I mean, you know, with the addition of the Outlaw, you know, there is that half armor meta down per se, whatever you want to call it. But this does unfortunately force that team that forces on the second round, the Cataclysm, they have to be able to all have full shields and dangerous contact. But everyone gets unscathed for the most part. Because here's the thing. Whoop! Knights is able to get one. So that's one for the Sheriffs. And that gun goes down and should be able to get picked up relatively easily, I think. But no, deciding against it. What I was saying is, with the RyZe, if they pick up that Outlaw, if it's still a one-shot to the body, even if your own team has light shields, so that's why it's very, very dangerous if that Outlaw goes down. Dangerous contact here. Oh, boy.
No way.
Nice. Knight's able to get 2 more.
You do not get away with that. Like, how do you get away with that? You bump into one and you manage to get a lineup double Sheriff kill. And now GG on the back foot once again, have to fight in from CT. 3 players staring them down right now, trying to find what they can. Outlaw, 2 kills. 9 popping off at the start of this game. Pain now gonna get caught. Will find 2 though.
Any cheaper to be just
Gonna be the
a bottle of
Thrifty
scotch.
coming in for RyZe.
I mean, RyZe there, they maybe took a little few too many peeks than they needed to towards the end of the round there, but I did like to see what they did at the start of the round. They were able to get these ones underway, these picks. I mean, this shot from Knight's ridiculous. The fact that he even gets 1 there, that he gets 2. I mean, that is Valorant for you. If I could say this is Rocket League, this is Valorant. I mean, I don't know what else you want more. I think that's just the most Valorant moment you could ever have.
Beacon down.
Let's move into this round. We're going to see what CG change up. They went for a bit of an aggression towards this A short position. Gonna get caught out though. Zaz panicking, running out of ammo. Gotta get sniped by Muffin Man. Will be refragged very quickly though. 2v3 now in favor of RyZe as the 2 players start to rotate in. Angle is currently not being covered. Yeah, the angle is currently not being covered, so they may be able to recover something here, but Exile sniffs it out, is able to find the first. Wall very low on gas, and Exile going to be able to find that second kill.
I mean, I love the fact that RyZe was aware that this flank was coming in. You know, if you see 3 people stacked A main, A short even, you know, its chances are the other 2 are on B, and if you don't see an insta-rotate right away, you gotta know that they're on the flank. And so that reposition there to put Bomb for Heaven, to get Yoru set up Heaven there, really, really nice play there, and really, really good thinking on the toes, I think. We're going to see ourselves go into round number 4 here. No Outlaw in the picture, so light shields are okay for today. The Spam trying to find something here. Knights waiting for the correct timing and this crossfire setup. And the hits being on A site. There are 4 people there. 1 Yoru. Can he take down 2 players? And maybe, yes, he can. Knights got a lot more value than he should have there. I mean, some plays should have been made when you know that there's 4 players going on a B site. I mean, it's imperative you got to make your move in shower. So the fact that Knight's able to get 2 there, really, really nice. Cataclysm now. He's trying to, looks like, save the guns here. You know, they are aware that the flank comes in typically every round, but there's the ping already aware that there could be a save in their spawn. So we're going to see if Ping gets caught off guard here, looking maybe a little too much in spawn, and yeah, bang. Able to get that first pick, and now the hunt begins. Will Yoru be able to get the 1, the TP?
Last player standing.
And Knights able to get an extra 1 for the round. Hendog almost able to get another 1, but RyZe is going to be getting 2 for the road, and most likely saving this gun as well. So very, very interesting to see kind of how many guns made it out of that round, with RyZe getting that much of a flawless start to it.
Yeah, just some consolation kills coming out on RyZe there as they lose at that round, and just a bit rough.
Agreed.
It's just a rough start, and they're gonna have to change up how they're approaching this, because That Yorubic has caused them a lot of strife so far, and
How much you want to bet there's a B fast push here with this Yoru ult here? Because I see that judge, and that means that
God, he's
there is
doing
a play going for it.
3 players stacked here, though. I don't know if they're aware of this. They were ready for it, and they managed to pick up a lot of kills, but this is where that judge comes into play. Back to a 2 versus 2 now. They're going to do the TP. Both players of Cataclysm. Fake TPs used twice.
I mean, Cataclysm is completely just not aware of what is happening.
And I think they are now.
Yeah.
I think they go for a save here. I don't know what they've actually managed to. They haven't really managed to recover anything. They don't have any money.
They don't have any guns, though.
Didn't opt to go long to try to pick up any rifles either. So I'm going to be trying to play into that Viper's pit. Viper aware of the positioning of the jet coming out of the window. It's all on Muffin Man now, but Hendog gonna predict it and 3 on the board for him in that round. And look, honestly, it wasn't a bad eco coming out from CG as we go into this pause.
I mean, I think that's off of the back of Bang getting, I think 2 or 3, and I think maybe one of them full blind as well. Just landing those shots, but that's why I love entertaining Valorant plays, and that's why it's great to be having some strats. I mean, you saw that RyZe had a clear plan for this execute on B long, and CG just kind of got caught out in the whole midst of it and ended up on the backside.
Yeah, they really did, and it's just going to come down to shutting down these pushes coming out from RyZe, trying to slow them down a little bit, find these picks on the entries. Because Knight so far is just running rampant all over Cataclysm. Hendog as well, putting up numbers in that controller role and really just being a great support to his team.
But here's the wild card that we didn't see the first game. It's an operator on the side of 9. Hello. I mean, this is something that could really, really change up how this game is played, depending on if RyZe respects it, I think. Because if Cataclysm, if they're going to hit it, right? But if 9 can able to get one, stall this push out, allow for rotates, make RyZe even rethink their plans, I mean, that is a big thing and will definitely change momentum in this game.
Looks like it's going to be the long peak coming out from this Op Exile. Going to be playing it slow. They're just playing for information right now. So they now start to progress towards this long position. 9 gonna be the first point of contact here. Has to go big. Finds one. Can't get the dash. I think he timed out his dash earlier on to get across.
There.
So although he finds that kill with the Op, it's gonna be instantly taken down, and it's gonna fall into the hands of RyZe if they opt to pick it up.
RyZe, I do like this play. Although, you know, the Viper's Pit may have given a little bit too much space to RyZe even, that they didn't even know of. And this might pick up the sky. Not quite yet, but that paint shell might go the other which way. So you get a little bit of a scrappy take there as, you know, 6 players are in elbow. You know, two from Cataclysm, 2 from RyZe, and then another 2 just outside of it. So this spam is going to be really, really critical, especially when going on Bang here. And so there's the RyZe jumping in, not going to be able to get traded or any value off of that. Now, here come trades, but Cataclysm able to land their shots. RyZe now, I believe, yeah, with the ult and no molly. 1 HP.
All 3 members are low. Looking up for the molly, but they don't see it coming. And RyZe going to be able to find the pick. Going to secure another round for CG. Going to be able to recover that off as well, which is the big thing going into this following round. And now that they know the off is on the cards for CG, curious to see how they change this one up, because I assume this is what I thought. I had a feeling that off was now going to move over towards that A tower, try to watch towards main. So I'm curious to see whether they go for a B hit again here, knowing that an off is probably going to move, and it looks like the pings are going towards Hookah.
I mean, yeah, it's really, I don't want to say it's a 50-50 gamble, but it is certainly, you know, an educated guess on trying to decide where to hit. But this pressure from the sky and
Blinded.
able to figure out where this op is. And I believe that dog did see the jet, so we are gonna know that there is
I've
an
got your
operator on
trail.
A, and that Seeker's used to engaging on B site, and that should be an insta rotate. If you see that sky on A, all of a sudden now on B, I think you are looking for this rotate. Exile able to get a nice satchel play and get one there, and just like that, site is theirs. That paint shell, maybe he needs to work on the basketball skills a little bit, but RyZe able to get one there as well, and now it's about can it get rated the spray, maybe catching him off guard a little bit, but Kane able to get that kill. No, it's not. RyZe's going to be able to get 3 on this round. RyZe, I got 3. Can I get 4? But Exile in a very strange position here. Slowing it down, waiting for these players to come in. Exile finds 9. Exile finds another one. There is so much happening. RyZe gets 4 in the round. Exile gets 3 in an off angle. I mean, talk about a chaotic round. That is a critical example of one.
Yeah, it definitely is, and what a great explosive play coming out from RyZe, being able to take that site so quickly and just not getting really that much punished for it. Exile just getting that double satchel out through window, lands that kill. Site's completely just theirs at that point because they spotted out that op over towards A. Now, as they go onto their eco once again, we're going to see what looks to be a 4-man ace stack, but once again, they're leaning towards B. They have been going here quite a lot so far in this game. And those flash out from the sky early on will spot out one. Oh. This guy is in such a bad position, and it looks like they're gonna go. Are they gonna go for the TP? They're going for it. Double TP, trying to find what they can. RyZe actually managed to find one. Hendog got to find one response. Pain and 9 also chiming in with a couple kills of their own. 3 members of CG have all grouped up now and been able to recover guns.
I mean, this is big on the side of Cataclysm. I mean, this is something that we kind of haven't seen yet, which is the upper hand really for them. And able to get 1, but I speak too soon. Zash able to get 2 off of 1 bird, and that's why Sky is dangerous.
Right here.
Now you're going to see this double up, wait for the jump out, knows where the player is, and now it's about converting the shots. Pain's going to be able to get that one. I guess I just spoke too soon. I guess I'm just a caster curse. I guess that's what that is.
That one sky flash was great from Zash, just being able to catch them off guard, walking up long, shuts it down right away. Obviously heard them dropping the weapons at just at the end of long, and was knew that they were going to walk up. Muffin Man couldn't get into hookah in time, and just didn't end up falling their way. But still a good eco from them, getting 3 guns off of the members of RyZe. Money still kind of tight on RyZe, even if they were to win, don't have a lot of rounds stored up. 3-man stack still towards A. Early pick, and the TP comes out once again, but they were ready for it. Muffin Man not going to be really protecting Hendog towards A as he goes through the TP now. Is he going to go for it? No, I think he's just going to go for the save here, probably. Oh, nope, he really wants this. Wants to try get something back for them. It's going to be a lot of smash through this door.
I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of timing play. Oh, you see what that Viper's doing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. A
This
knight.
was taken.
Yeah, he heard the Viper running around. He knew he had to do something.
Yeah, I mean, RyZe, they look strong. And that's no stutter from the first map. That is for sure. I mean, we see a similar scoreline to what we saw on the first kind of map. And now it's on a Cataclysm. Can they get these guns down? I mean,
Here.
you know, yeah, it's about playing off of this Yoru ult. You know, last time when there was an eco, when Cataclysm was on eco, they went for the same play with this Yoru ult and this TP, and maybe not on A site, but the stack's on B now, and they're gonna guess wrong for what seems like the 14th time in a row. Oh, Hendog able to get 1 there on 9. Hendog able to get 2.
I'm back.
And that is just something that you don't love to see. I mean, yeah, you have to triple up now and spawn, but you're going up against rifles. You can get dangerously collatted. Now the gun's going to be fought for. I mean, it's just about getting spam
One
out.
enemy
Bucky
remaining.
trying to find some value, but not quite yet. Last in spawn, and the shot's not quite landing. Zaj cleaning that one up. 8-2. And we saw this last time. And is it
If
going
you
to go the
see one
same?
of my
That's the
creatures,
question.
it's a good thing, all right? We'll figure out what they do
Yeah,
eventually.
Cataclysm are just really struggling to find their footing in this series so far, and looks like we're having so far a repeat of the previous game. And 9 gonna pick up that operator once again, trying to see what he can get. And this time they may actually be walking into him for the first time since he's had that off. He managed to find that first pick over towards B, and then after that, they kind of just started going towards B continuously as he moved over to A. Early pick from 9 onto Hindog. Hindog gonna give away that op is back in play now, with a lot of pressure being applied over on the opposite side of the map. Two players from Cataclysm stacked over here as usual. Currently getting swarmed.
I've got your
Knight's
trail.
gonna hear the jump out of the window. Gonna catch them off guard. Bang. Not long for this World Eater. Either will get taken down. Now, as Muffin Man, gonna be the first point of contact here for the rest of Cataclysm. I'm actually gonna catch Bane just out of the corner of the smoke. Knight's gonna push through, but Grim ready to cover. Off shot will run wide. 9 now.
Uh-oh.
Will be able to updraft over the RyZe ultimate. It's gonna be hard for them to fight back into this one. Sky Flash gonna come in.
One enemy remaining.
We'll spot out the first, spot out the second, and Zaj popping off so far in this game.
I mean,
Last
yeah, you saw
round in the
Zaj
half.
maybe not looking too hot towards the first half, the first half of this half, I would say, in terms of kills, but the utility has been on point and exactly where needed, and that I think is the big difference in this game right now. When RyZe, their util is super coordinated, and it feels like when Cataclysm loses one player, they lose control of the site. And I don't know too much about Valorant, but I know that you kind of like to have site control if you're defending, you know?
Yeah, that's for sure. And I'm curious to see what they can actually change here. Last round of the half, you need to start thinking about what you're going to be doing on your attacking side. Early Brimstone ult to try bait people out of Garden. Exile's going to be quick on the response, but RyZe getting 2,
Last
getting
player
3.
standing.
He's going to be able to pick up a 4K to secure his team to 9-3.
I mean, I think
Switching
if all
sides.
hopes, for this next half are on anything, I think it's on RyZe. I mean, I know RyZe has been having a monster game, and sure, it'd be nice to have everyone, pop up a step and start popping off in their own ways, but I think it's going to come off the back of RyZe with these flashes, the only ones they have on their team. So I think that's going to be the really big cornerstone for them here. And for RyZe, it's about getting, not caught off by these flashes, as Zaj has been able to do to Cataclysm.
If you remember from the beginning of the stream, the matchup I said we were going to have to keep an eye on was Zaj and RyZe. And so far in this game number 2, they're both putting up numbers for their team, trying to secure themselves this W. Quick smoke from Pain, but it doesn't matter. RyZe gonna be predicting it.
RyZe. Okay, yeah, that's a nice shot. If I'm Exile, I'm gonna twiddle my thumbs and go cry at home. Drink my G Fuel, my Red Bull, whatever I'm doing, and there's the TP over.
So I'm just gonna go grab a bottle of water real quick while this team is getting executed on.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
U-Haul clear, but ooh, Grim with a nice right click, hitting a little bit too much with the skin chopping though. Is Kane able to grab one? Bang, able to try that out. Bang, able to get a second one, and Cataclysm looks like we're in for a show this time. And this half they look a little bit stronger. RyZe, the coordination's really there. I like this attack coming out from Cataclysm, and I'm interested to see if it's going to stay up or if it's going to fall short of the
Let's leave
pistol.
whatever happened in the past.
Yeah, great start to this half, but we've seen that CG are good at these pistol rounds. It's the conversions after it that we're gonna need to see them step up on. And we see a 4-man stack over towards B coming out from RyZe. Look where Cataclysm are going.
Oh, and the judge from Exile. I mean, this is gonna be scrappy.
I mean, it's a risk, but they're willing to take risks. They have the advantage. They don't have to worry about their economy right now. They can lose this round and still win out this game. This judge could make a massive swing in their favor, and it's a very slow pace coming out for them. Jump peak will spot out the sky over towards long.
Ooh,
The nade from Grim, that is huge. Gonna be able to clear out one of those angles over on Short Exile with that judge. Gonna find a first, gonna find a second. There's that outlaw. 9, third from Exile. Doesn't matter if you're on a eco,
Enemy
as long as
remaining.
your shotgun
Spike
is more than your
down, B.
armor.
I mean, that is...
Down to a
Oh, the ace.
bang, gonna put an end to the ace. Now in a 2 versus 1 though, Spike is down on long, and they have no idea where this Yoru is.
Cataclysm
Tough
maybe,
situation for them to be in.
yeah, figuring out where that play was, but not able to convert on it, and Pain picks up that last kill.
The predictions from RyZe have just been on point this entire series. They're just reading everything Cataclysm is going to do before it happens. So and we've seen it. Like they're always set up for whatever it is that Cataclysm are going to throw at them.
I mean, this is something that we said earlier, is that somebody did their homework, and I think that's pretty clear. As you know, I think we did see that. I believe it was 8-4 half on the first map, and you know, we see the similar scoreline here, 10-4. I wouldn't be surprised if this game might end up the same scoreline. I believe 13-5. So, you know, it's going to be a play that's going to be made by Cataclysm. That's going to have to catch RyZe off guard and hopefully convert them this Thrifty round. Ooh, there's a lot of players in U-Haul right now. I would be a little bit scared, but it looks like they know in that paint shell might be doing a little bit of damage there. And Zaj is going to be able to pick
Spike
one
down
up.
A.
Number 2 now. Zaj, can I get a 3? There's 3 for
Enemy
Zaj.
remaining.
1 for Exile. And now it's just up to a little old Brimstone. Ooh, the classic shots. Not making contact, but it's okay. He lagged, he sneezed, his cat walked in over his computer. I mean, you know, can you blame him?
Yeah, just a little hiccup for Muffin Man there as he missed that shot. But if you're CG here, what, like if you're the IGL for CG here, what are you telling the rest of your team?
Oof. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, it's just RyZe looks so strong right now. I mean, maybe it's a fast TP. That's the only thing I can think of that hasn't really been tried yet. You know, with the impression of B and A, but I mean, this crossfire is perfect. The showstopper maybe into the ground, but Zaj able to get 2 there. Now, trades not going in favor of Cataclysm. Spike's still in their favor, but they're just not able to get any map control.
One enemy remaining. Spike
How did he
down
get out
B.
of that with 2 kills? Knights just playing the ultimate secret agent Yoru. Gonna sneak up and managed to find 2 kills out of that somehow. Now all on 9. Managed just to find another kill. The Viper is very low and he has Spike available to him. If he can catch Hendog here. Oh, it didn't matter. He saw the TP open though.
The question is, does he know if he's out though? That's the real question. I don't know if he...
I assume because the door was open, he assumed that he's left. That's
Well,
the
that would be
only. That's
big
the only. Yeah, that's the only IQ play that I can think of. Sitting in such an
30
open
seconds
angle.
left. One
Great play
enemy
from
remaining.
9. Just gonna clear the angles just as safely as possible. Finds the kill onto the Viper.
Spike planted.
TP is activated by the Brimstone. Now as 9 repositions. Will Pain expect him to sit so close? He does check the angle, but it doesn't matter. 9 manages to land the ace clutch.
You know, I'm gonna hate myself for saying this, but RyZe said we wanted to win the round, and Cataclysm said 9.
I'll allow it.
I've been told
Our
I
producer
have to
just
leave.
cringed.
I'm sure that's been made some point before, but you know, you got to get the one in for the day or the year or my life, the eternity. I don't know.
Yeah, 9 doing that new skin line proud. Landing that ace. And aggression out towards be short, starting this one off. The Viper with the jiggle peek into I believe the sky, wide swinging, catching the Brimstone off guard. This is what we've seen RyZe do over and over again. They find these opening picks. They're so aggressive. They gain this map control, and then they just either they just continue and just push for more, or they fall back. But they're actually doing a good job to catch Knights off. That's Secret Agent down. They don't have to worry about their back as much now. That Brimstone quickly filling in for that spot as they lean towards this B site.
I think big amounts of pain are in for Hendog, it looks like, and Grim's gonna be able to get that headshot right there. But here comes the execute. Are they aware that Zaj is in the corner? That he is not quite yet. Zaj able to get 2, but
Spike
before
down,
getting
B.
traded, and already the players are there. Question is RyZe able to get one before he's
One
out?
enemy remaining.
Yes, he is. The question is he choosing to
30
get out?
seconds left. Last
2v1
player
gonna come in.
standing.
Payne able to get up
Spike
that pick,
down,
but it's
B.
all around. Well, 1v1
Clutch.
Payne with a nice clutch and landing some shots that probably shouldn't have gone his way. Payne
Match
bringing the
point.
score to match point for RyZe and game point in the best of 3 in the grand scheme of things.
So the one thing that I noticed when I was looking at the stats between these two teams, which is something I don't often see, at least in the games that they played last week, across all of their games, both teams, all their members were quite even in like kills, deaths, assists, like as it averaged out over all of the games that they played. And it's coming up once again in this. It's in this game. You know, Zaj just having a stormer this game. It was a bit quieter last game. It's just so surprising to see teams like so consistent where like if a player isn't performing one game, the team is there to step it up. 5 players looking towards showers is not what you want. Payne gonna get taken down, and it's a very quick play coming out from CG. This is a nice change of pace from them. Seeker's now gonna go out, gonna spot out those 3 members over behind the train. Zaj trying to find what he can. See what he can find, but 9 gonna shut him down once again. Gonna break that scoreline now up to 12-6. The most rounds they've scored against RyZe so far this evening. Gonna have to get another 6 in a row if they want to go to overtime and keep this series alive.
I mean, this is just something that you don't really expect, you know? If it is that, well, the mind games aren't working, let's just all run at them at the same time. And that's exactly what they did. And the util was there. Take mind games out of the picture, which they've been, I would say, getting dominated by, you know, especially with this Yoru pick on the side of RyZe and just having A site on lockdown. So that's an unfortunate shot for Exile, but then trade not there. But Zaj either. So RyZe maybe falling out a little bit out of this one, and Cataclysm having the upper hand now, maybe the momentum shifting towards their way. Knights now trying to find any information he can. Tries to stall the push as well, but now it's found out in U-Haul the swing. Here it comes, not going to find any value, and there are 5 players alive, 2 on the flank. Will there be any success whatsoever?
Spike planted.
Chances are probably no. Now, granted,
1
this
enemy
was,
remaining.
you know, I think a half buy, right? You know, just a sheriff on the side of Hendog, so trying to look for maybe one pick before getting out of dodge and dying to spike.
Yeah, Hendog. If he could just die to spike here, be a nice bonus for him. But he is trying to look for something, it looks like, potentially. No, I think he's just gonna stick it out. Doesn't want to give over this ult point. He will get spotted out. Never mind. It doesn't matter. But yeah, a different CG coming out in these last few rounds. Have a new sense of urgency to them, finding these opening picks and using it to their advantage, keeping a lot of members alive as well. It's going to help them as they try to win out the rest of this half.
Do you know what I will say? RyZe, they have been known for one thing, and that is aggression. And so when they are getting aggressed on by Cataclysm and they're not ending up winning those fights, you know what I think their response is going to be? more aggression, and they're gonna run right in. It's gonna be a wacky fight. I think as soon as first contact's found, we're gonna see a bunch of util being dumped if Cataclysm decides to, to push fast here, but they're opting for the slow push, trying to, maybe assume exactly what I assumed, is that RyZe was gonna get aggressive in their face, and here comes this dangerous judge, which we've seen before, especially from Knights and Exile, and that is going to dodge the Boombot. Uh-oh! I spoke too soon.
The Boombot just got to turn around in time to be able to catch 9 before that 5-second timer runs out. Gonna get shot through the smoke. That's that Yoru down once again. Commonly in these last 3 rounds has been one of the first picks, and getting caught out in showers once again. 9 catching Exile overextending. Very unlike RyZe. They're usually after they lose a player, they play kind of like they play a bit anchored. They don't usually try to go aggressive, and getting punished once again. Pain is gonna have to go big here as they go towards
30
the site.
seconds left.
But the flash early on, gonna be able to get back into lamps. Now with the snake bite flash, the follow up, he manages to find a first. Bang, and Grim though there for the backup. Now it's all on Hendog.
I don't
So
think
much
Hendogs
to
have
do.
a.
10
I
seconds
don't think
left.
Hendogs has had a big round in a while. So, I think this could certainly be the round that pulls out of the pocket. And here's 1. Can I get a 2? Hendog. Double swing, probably coming out. Yeah, there it is. Able to get 2 though. Honestly, not the worst situation for Hendog specifically, but RyZe, do need to get maybe another round on the board, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a timeout come after this next round, assuming it doesn't go their way, of course. RyZe could very much pull a thrifty here and convert this one, but this game is starting to slip out of their full control.
No. Look at this once again. RyZe, 4-man stack towards B. Cataclysm planning to go B. They just have a feeling, I guess. Like Cataclysm, if you're the IGL, okay, so the last time they were running Eco, they sat in Garden with a judge and messed us up. They're gone in Eco once again. So what are they gonna do? Early Sky Flash out, gonna detect. There is presence towards the C-Long position. This time they're sitting all of the players into the center of the site, so I think they're trying to bait that there's only the same amount of players there that there usually is, just the Sky and the RyZe, when in actual fact they have everyone just sitting in the middle of the site with a judge and a couple flashbangs. It's gonna be interesting because this Skydog could completely derail. It actually gets destroyed. Now as 9 has a lot to do. Now has all the information. Spots all 3 members, but it's too late. There's already a lot of members of CG
One enemy
on
remaining.
this site. Will spot out Exile Lanzage. It was a great idea from RyZe, but I don't really know what they were expecting to happen.
planted.
Once they've given up Garden and they can just explode onto the site. Keep in mind, they weren't holding elbow, they were holding center site. So if many of the members of CG were to just go through elbow, they would have had full access and completely surrounded them. It would have made it very difficult to try to fight out of the center site, but they managed to get 1 kill back over. But
My mistake was that the shotgun was on the Yoru, and I thought they might have been going for a Yoru ultimate play, discovering where that information is and see where it's coming in as the hit's coming in, but
Out
not
of charges.
happening too well for them, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a timeout here and maybe a die to Spike here. Oh. Yeah.
ooh, Muffin Man just barely getting out of range of that explosion. And honestly, I think they didn't use the Yoru ult here because I think they're trying to stack ults for their last gambit, where they're gonna dump everything probably in 1 round or 2 rounds to try get this final round to just win out this map.
Yeah. I think the Viper ultimate's going to be in play here. I think Brimstone ultimate is definitely for plant denial. So we'll see a lot of different things coming in, and maybe some half shields on the side of RyZe, but at the end of the day, everyone's got a rifle, so that outlaw isn't in the picture. some damage being traded. There's Grim's gonna get ticked down, but you asked me earlier if you're the IGL, what do you say? And I guess the play was to slow it down even more than they had. Make RyZe second guess themselves. The aggression. Yeah, you can take as much space as you want, but one time or another, there will be a person watching the flank and off angle, and there's gonna be a problem going down there.
RyZe has over committed to patching a hole. They've now sent 3 players over towards that showers position where they've been having those leaks. They've been it's been where CG have been finding all those openings to be able to get that advantage to take those sites. They sent 3 players to showers at the start of this round to just make sure that even if they do lose one, they can try get those refrags down and make it less favorable for CG. But in the end, once again, CG just played them. They waited, they bided their time, and now as this explosive take comes out onto B site, Knights trying to get taken out of 5 HP. Seeker's gonna come down. So is the ultimate for Pain, which is huge. Manages to find 2.
The spike!
And the spike as well, stuck in hookah. 9, gonna have to do something big. Only 14 seconds left. They have no time. They have to go for something here. But they're just gonna tuck. They're just gonna hide. The Orge is just to run away.
One enemy remaining.
That doesn't matter because Pain's just gonna swing and get a 4K anyway.
That is ridiculous.
Oh my god, what an ending to that game. That Brim ult. Pain, MVP of the final round to secure it for RyZe. And honestly, what a great comeback from CG. It definitely looked more like themselves in that second half of that second game. They didn't, it's just a bit sad they didn't come online until then. They had a lot of opportunities to earlier on, and just didn't land for them. They finally figured out where they could find openings, and as I said in that last round there, it seemed like RyZe had figured out where that hole in their defense was and started to just throw everyone at it to plug it. And we didn't actually see how that would have actually ended up playing out because the game ended. But CG definitely look like they have a little bit of homework to do, some studying to do from these 2 matches that they've played, because it seems like whatever they have been doing up to this point has been figured out by RyZe. And if RyZe can figure it out, I'm sure any other team in the league can, especially after watching RyZe dismantle them so much on Split, which was, their map coming into this. Zaj and RyZe, as I said, the 1v1 to watch for this game ends up being the MVPs for game 2. And I do want to give a shout out to Pain and 9 because both of them had a stellar performance in that second game as well, even if they are a little bit lower down on the scoreboard. So yeah, I think Cataclysm have a bit of work to do, and RyZe look dominant as ever.
Yeah, I think RyZe, they did their homework well. They did their research. I mean, they had the reads on Cataclysm almost, I don't want to say 100% of the time, but it looked for the better part of both maps. I mean, you saw it a lot more on Split, but Cataclysm, they just needed to find those missing pieces, and they started to get it in towards the end of map 2, but too little too late, as they say, and just not able to come up with the amount of rounds that you need, which is 13 at the end of the day. And RyZe got there first. And so, both teams taking notes, taking some, I'd say some valuable, information from this game. But at the end of the day, it is 13-9 on map 2. Overall, 2-0 RyZe over Cataclysm. And this is week 2 of Titans Tier 3. That's all I have to say for you. I don't know if you have anything else to say for you. I don't know what we do. I mean, no more games tonight, I believe.
I don't think so.
We should have an interview coming up shortly with one of the players, and we're going to be getting that one underway quite soon. Of course, we'll have games as well, I believe, tomorrow or something.
Potentially. Yeah, we think so. But yeah, we're going to throw to a quick break while we get set up for an interview. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Those medical pills are push me over. I kill my fill 3 times a day. These ethanol fumes won't make me sober. One flame to take the pain away. I caught you lighting matches in the back room. Haters look mad when they pass you. Let's talk about round when it's past due. Reach a glass, do no. You don't gotta fight alone. You don't gotta fight alone. Don't be so personal. Take me out of the road. I'm going under. Take me out of the road. I'm going under. All we love, all we done is just sit around wasting our time. Take me out of the road. I'm going under. Wasting our time. I'm going under. Everyone's seen death in their dreams, but we still wake up and go to sleep. Everyone's seen death in their dreams, but we still wake up from our sleep. I'll be home soon. You don't gotta fight alone. You don't gotta fight alone. You don't gotta fight alone. Don't be so personal. Take me out of the road. I'm going under. Take me out of the road. I'm going under. Who do you rely on now? I know the worst. I know the worst. Who can you call on now? I know the worst. I know the worst.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're only here momentarily as our players have scampered off for the night. It is late, so we will not have an interview for you this evening. But we are just here to sign off for this podcast, or for this podcast, for this stream, and tell you guys that the next game will be broadcasted tomorrow night, Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you hit follow on the channel. Check out the Twitter as well to get all of your notifications of when we're live once again. I have been Heltic, joined by XPJ, and we'll see you guys next time.
See ya.